what we have before us is a Fender Stratocaster with synchronized tremolo, and it was made in, let me just see, it was made in September 2005, so that makes it 20 years old. And it's in marvelous condition, but I don't think it is a Fender. Things just aren't looking right for it, because that neck doesn't seem to fit the body the way a Fender neck does. You should go over the fittings, and I don't know. I'm going to have to just take it apart. It's got a Fender didgeridoo at the back. It's got a cute little cat on it, which doesn't mean an awful lot. So it's quite possible, but I'm going to dig a little bit deeper, that it's a Fender neck on another type of guitar. Maybe it's Fender Squire body. I don't know.
Next video, please.
Looking at it from the camera, this feels too fat. There is a Fender fat head guitar, but I do think that's a genuine Fender neck. But looking at the body compared to the neck, something's not right there. So the first thing I'm going to do is just test the electrics, because I keep forgetting to do that all the time. Oh, it's loose. Not as loose as loose, right, okay. Yeah, all the electrics are working. So this is going to be a quick jobby, because I have to have it back to the chappie for tomorrow. But I think the problem is going to be a fairly easy fix. Look at the action when you're riding home. You can get the whole of the British Army, which is not saying a lot, but you get the whole of the British Army through that neck. Mind you, we don't have much of a British Army now, but anyway, it's beside the point. But when you look at it closer, let me just show you something. Look, because a plectrum can get in there between it and the body. Can you see it? So it's quite possible that the neck has slipped. It needs to go. Let me just do a bit of a twist. Well, no, don't force it as it is. Just the strings are loose. Right, so I'm just going to loosen those strings, and I'm going to use electrics. Don't use electrics on your guitars, boys and girls, because you could slip and scratch it, bloody, bloody, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing electric. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing electric. No, I'm just setting that flat. Oh, look, it rocks. It rocks. The neck rocks back and forth. So it's obviously slipped down. So let me just shape the neck. It's going to need a shim. Yeah, it's going to need a shim on it. It'll be fine. Yeah, so...
It's a crying shame the way you lost the love you had. I hear he left you and that you're not even mad. I could hardly believe that he would leave you on your own. After all that he said, all the love he brought me home. It's a crime shame that you can't share the love you get. I know I'm the same, 'cause I broke every heart I've been. Until I met you, I thought all love was the same. Then you turned me around. It's a crying shame. It's a crying shame the way you're dying deep inside. It's a crying shame the way you love and then you lie. It's a crying shame the way you treat love all the same. It's a crying shame, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame the way you lost the love you had. I hear he's left you and that you're not even sad. I could hardly believe that he would leave you on your own. After all that he said and all the love he brought your home. It's a crying shame the way you're dying deep inside. It's a crying shame the way you love and then you lie. It's a crying shame the way you treat love all the same. It's a crying shame, it's a crying shame. It's a crying shame, it's a crying shame.
Still needs a little bit of shim there. Just a tiny bit. I actually bought these things. I haven't been able to use them yet. They're proper shims that you can buy, different thicknesses. But in this instance I don't need that. I need it shimming slightly forward. And the very thing that I need is something like this. Let me just see. It's a little bit of tin foil. Why tin foil? Hard tin foil. Almost metal-like. Putting paper in there is a waste of space because paper can be compressed. Tin foil can't. I'm not even sure that's enough. It may have to be something a little bit thicker than tin foil. Right, okay. There's a little bit of metal. Let me just see if that might just be enough. If I was sure there was the right size, I would put a bit of glue on it to hold it, but I'm not sure yet. That's pretty good. I got the strings. Don't do this at home, boys and girls. talking. That's a much better action. Yeah, so now I can put the screws on and get it. Actually, I wonder. No, hold on a second. Good tight fit screws. No, maybe we should be okay because we'll put some action on that. Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? Right, going to tidy up now.
Next video, please.
Right, that's the strings on and up the tune. And now I need to make sure that the action isn't going to buzz on me. So, action is superb. But let's just, I had to get it up the tune to make sure the neck is straight, because if you don't have the guitar up tune, then you're not trusting the truss rod to do what it needs to do. But that truss rod's working fine. Right, I'm going to pause there. I'll come back to you when it's done, because this is all boring. Right, that's it all intonated. You'll know more whenever I go to play you a little defo tune on it. As I say, this is I don't know what body that is, but there's a score right along there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Right, I have to take that off to tighten it. Or do I? Or does one? Will it tighten without me taking it off? Sometimes it turns the wires on the inside. Oh, that feels good. That's good. Well, I didn't have to take that off. That's handy. Now, there's nothing there in the way of. There's a screw missing here. There's a screw missing here in my ear. Another one where the strings were rattling a bit. I'm just going to leave that there and put it back together again. It's definitely not a Fender body. The wood is far too soft. And the pickups are okay, but they're quiet compared to what a Fender's pickups should be. There should be a lot more punch to them than that. When I first... Right, silver screws. Silver screws, where are you? I'll come back when I found them.
Next video, please. Only thing I want to do now is pull these off, check that they're tight. And also put a little bit of lubricant in them. So go ahead. good. Now I just have to clean up the frets, and I'm going to clean up the frets by just putting some 3000 paper underneath there and scraping along it. Oh yeah, I'm not going to do the yes I am. I'm going to do the fretboard properly. I wasn't going to do that, but... Okay, I'll come back when I'm ready to play a tune on this.
Next video, please.
Well, here we go. Here is this almost Fender. It's a genuine Fender neck, but I don't think this is a Fender body. It could be a Squire body, and that's a Stratocaster neck, but I can't be sure. And as it's in a rush, I didn't want to take that off, but it plays very well and it looks very good, and it's got a great sound on it too. But there's some anomalies that these whammy bar things don't match up to the 2005 neck, but anyway, those are minor things. It's playing lovely. Action is gorgeous. If you look at that action there, you'll see that. Let me just turn it the other way. You'll see the action is die for, die for, and its action's good the whole way along the neck, and it stays in tune because I've tightened up those tuners, which were very nice tuners, and the strings cleaned up nicely, and they got a lovely tone to them. My fingers, because I can't get them in there anymore. Ah. I'm making a mess of this. It's playing very well. What can I say about it that I haven't said already? Don't care about the body too much because it's playing well and it sounds well. I'll just go through my favorite chord progression, let you hear it. Okay, middle pickup. This 5-way switch, I'm not going to go through all 5. Oops. What's that noise? Georgie girl scratching. Am I being too fussy there? And finally, last one. All right, I think that's it. It's going home to Daddy now.